This is a story called The Little Monsters at Christmas, Chapter 56. The kids have their own New Year's Eve party with fireworks. It's a few days before New Year's Eve and the kids want to have their own New Year's Eve party. They know that on New Year's Eve all their parents will be at the club for the adults only New Year's Eve party. Their younger siblings are all going to their grandparents, and their older siblings are all going out with their friends. Excuse me. Based on this, they've decided to have their own New Year's Eve party at Bumpy's house. They go around telling as many kids as they can about the party. Then they hang around outside the shops, and when anyone comes out with fireworks, they take them. When they're not looking. Two guys come out with shopping trolleys overflowing with fireworks. They leave them unattended while they open their car boots. So the kids quickly grab them and run as fast as they can with the trolleys full of fireworks to their hideout. When they got there, they emptied the trolleys and then they went back to the shop to get some more fireworks. They took loads more, put them all in their trolleys and then took them to their hideout. They decided to stay at the hideout for a while and then they went home. The next day they did the same thing again and then they decided that they had more than enough fireworks because they had loads left over from bonfire night. Over the next few days they went back and forth to the shops, taking as much booze as they could. They still had loads left over from their last party. When Kiku's brother closed up his shop, she took the keys and with the help of the others she took loads of booze. There was another door that was for deliveries and she had the keys to that too. Instead of going through the house with the booze, they went out of the other door and took the booze to their hideout. Then they went back to the shops and took a few more fireworks and a bit more booze. On the night of the party, their parents went out at about 6:30 p.m, giving them 1.5 hours to get ready for their party. They got all the booze and then the fireworks from the hideout and took the lot back to Bumpy's house. Then they made the sandwiches using hard-boiled eggs, raw eggs, ham, piccalilli, raw onions and rosemary. For the rest of the food they used frozen sausage rolls, burnt sausage rolls, raw sausages, frozen sausages and frozen chips. Then they made some punch using Baileys, whiskey, white wine, red wine, lager, bitter, gin and snowballs for the ingredients. No sooner did they finish putting out the food and drink did the guests start arriving. For once they decided not to charge people for anything. By 8:30 p.m. all the guests had arrived and the party was in full swing. About 9 p.m. Bumpy's mum rang up to make sure that they were all okay. As soon as the phone rang, the music was turned off and everyone went quiet. After Bumpy had finished talking to her mum, the music went back on and everyone went back to partying. About an hour later someone knocked on the door and when Bumpy went to the window it was one of the neighbours. She just ignored them and everyone carried on partying. Then there was another knock at the door and it was another neighbour. Bumpy just ignored them again and turned the music up. Then she noticed that the booze was running low so she got the others to help her bring some more out. As they were doing so, Bumpy saw flashing blue lights and she knew it was the police. She turned the music off, told everyone to hide and turned off the lights. The police banged and banged on the door for about 10 minutes and then they went away. One of the guests was watching from upstairs, and as they went away, they came downstairs and told everyone that the coast was clear. Everyone laughed and went back to partying, and Bumpy turned the music up even louder. They carried on partying, but about an hour after the police had been, someone else knocked on the door. When Bumpy looked out the window, it was another neighbour, so she ignored them and turned the music up. Everyone was having a ball, and then Creeper turned the music off and shouted, "The police are coming!" Everyone hid until the police were gone, and then the music went back on and everyone went back to partying. As the music went back on and everyone went back to partying, there was another knock at the door. When Bumpy looked out of the window, it was the police again. When she opened the door, they told her to end the party, and then they went away. As soon as they were gone, the music went up even louder and everyone carried on partying. Just before midnight, the gang went outside to get the fireworks ready. When they'd finished, everyone else came outside. They all counted down from 10, and then the gang lit the fireworks, and everyone wished each other a happy new year. However, just as the gang were about to light some more fireworks, the music went off. When Bumpy turned round, her parents were stood there, and her dad said to her, "What on earth do you think you're doing, young lady? How many times have we told you not to play with fireworks and matches and not to have parties?" Just as he said that, someone put the music back on and a few guests stood against the hi-fi in the plug so that Bumpy's parents couldn't turn the music off again. However, Bumpy's mum managed to push someone away from the plug socket and they turned the music up. Then Bumpy's dad said to her, "I asked you a question, young lady. Now answer me at once." "Oh, shut up, Dad, and mind your own business, Dad," said Bumpy. "Who do you think you're talking to, young lady?" asked Bumpy's dad. "I'm talking to you, Dad," answered Bumpy. "Right, I want all of you except the Little Monsters gang to go home." Once everyone had left, Bumpy's dad said to her, "What were you thinking? Do you know how dangerous fireworks are? You could have been hurt or worse, killed, or whatever, Dad, like we care," said Bumpy. "Right, all of you, get to bed right now. I'll speak to you all in the morning," said Bumpy's dad. The next day, Bumpy's parents made them all clean up the mess. Then Bumpy's dad smacked her hard on her bum and told her that she was grounded for a month. When the others went home, their parents also knew about the party and the fireworks. They were also smacked hard on their bums and grounded for a month. Of course, they didn't take any notice of their parents because every day they went out. I mean, if they did take notice of their parents when they'd been told off, they wouldn't be little monsters now, would they? End of chapter 56. Hope you like it, guys. Take care. Love yous. Bye.